outside in circles. Hello? Hello? All right, I don't like this. Hello? Hello? They're touching my tank. Stop. Hello?
Hey everyone, this is Dre Say. At Dre Say, we talk about it, people. Hey man, we have some more spooky, scary videos for you, some scary clips, man. Grab your popcorn, grab your blankets. Dre Say and chill, people. Hey man, and tonight, this evening, man, we have some really good, the horror facts. Remember I told you we're doing horror facts at the end of our videos now. We're trying to do something different. Just kind of give you a little insight on the things that I've been learning and listening to and finding out about these paranormal activities. Now, with the horror facts this evening, it's going to be a little different, man. We dug deep. We found some clips from some of our neighbors here in the United States that have been experiencing these tornadoes recently, man. These horrible tornadoes that has been, terrorizing the Midwest. I think in the Midwest, man, and people, man, it's some scary stuff. And hey, man, so this is what we're gonna do for our hard facts. We're gonna get into that a little bit at the end of the video. So stay tuned for the hard facts, people. Hey, at Dre Say, we talk about it. Let's get into this first video. Here we go. Without further ado.
For the first half hour of his hike, things kick off pretty normally, but after a while, he finds some odd-looking trash lying on the side of the trail. Strangely, there appears to be some writing on some of the containers he finds, which appear to be song lyrics, though it's hard to imagine why anyone would go through the trouble of writing out entire songs or poems on a plastic container only to later throw it on the side of the trail. As he crosses the boundary into the wilderness, things continue to get stranger and stranger, and as he nears the campsite, Phil finds another series of disturbing notes.
The weirdness continues.
I think I would turn around at that point.
What the?
Someone have been chain smoking right there. That's weird.
And there's a
dead
duck here.
What? A dead duck? What?
Some of the notes appear to contain cryptic poems, others seem to talk about pretty in-depth conspiracy theories and undercover federal agents or something, and the rest appear to be biographical, with whoever wrote them telling parts of their story. It's tough to confirm if the person who wrote the notes was the same person who killed the duck, but honestly, it would be too much of a coincidence for the dead duck to be lying right there next to the series of creepy notes, which were obviously placed there recently considering they're in good condition and not wet.
Yeah. Hey, people, I'm sorry. But that camping trip would be over if that were me, man. I'm out. We'll find another location to show you. But the letters was already enough, but then the dead duck, come on. No. Something weird going on over there. So I would definitely choose a different camping site. Maybe let's rethink this. Let's go home, sleep it over, and then we'll try it again tomorrow somewhere else. Let me know what you think, people. Let's get back into this one.
Phil notices a tarp and a fire next to a campsite about 20 yards away from the notes and the dead duck. Staying as far away as possible from the campsite, he continues making his way up to a shelter. Although this next part wasn't caught on camera, Phil then reported that he saw two women coming down the trail with their dog, asking him if he had seen the guy who was leaving the creepy notes and dead animals on the side of the trail. When Phil mentioned he saw a campsite and a fire a few yards away from the notes, the woman got scared and asked him to walk back to their car with them. Thinking it was probably a good idea to move as far away as possible from the campsite anyway, Phil went back with them and then started hiking in the other direction to find a safer place to spend the night. Fortunately, the rest of his hike to the new shelter was a lot more uneventful for Phil, and once he got there, he was able to set up a camp for the night, light a fire, and enjoy his dinner miles away from the disturbing notes he found. A few minutes later, once it got dark, Phil decided to go into the shelter and check out the camp log and see some of the notes and stories other hikers had left behind. And that's when things get extremely creepy again.
Oh, wow.
I check out the shelter log here. I hang out by the fire. Almost every shelter on the Appalachian Trail has a shelter log where people write in their trail names and what's going on. They can write whatever they want in there. So it's kind of cool tradition here. Let's see what this one says. Little engine.
That's pretty cool.
Back section. Hiking again, finally. It's nice and little trail magic. Some comics and writing and stuff. All right, let's see what's happened recently. Holy crap.
Handwriting.
Wait a second.
Weird stuff. What is that?
Let me adjust the camera here. This writing looks almost exactly like the writing that was on that garbage a couple of miles from here.
Even though the shelter where Phil's currently staying at is more than 2 miles away and on the other side of the road from the previous one, the handwriting in the camp log is exactly the same as the handwriting that was on the notes and garbage on the other side of the road. This is pretty disturbing in itself, but it gets even more so when Phil starts to actually read some of the content in the logbook.
In 2018, while I was incarcerated at the Okaloosa County Jail. What the heck?
Definite red flag.
In solitary confinement, I figured the following out. Refer to Isaiah 28:15 through 9. This is the same ramblings from the guy that was on the other side of the river. That's kind of scary. Kind of weird. Those women down there said they were going to call the police on the guy. Wow, this is weird. It's just like it goes in one direction, then immediately goes in a completely different direction. And it's just so much of it. Like this line up here. Think grave robbery in an attempt to obscure the reality of little Mrs. Wolf.
Okay.
Content. Come up with some more of those wicked schemes, JB and company, so I can show some more of your true character.
The fact that there's a convicted felon walking around the woods leaving dark and weird notes all over the place is extremely concerning, and based on the kinds of stuff the guy is writing, he's probably not in his right mind. This could obviously be dangerous for Phil, especially since it's already pretty dark and he doesn't appear to have anything to defend himself with. As he gets ready to go to sleep in his tent, Phil walks back to the shelter once more, where he finds half a Gatorade bottle hanging from a string on the ceiling with a note in the same guy's handwriting that reads, "Watch out for Yeet Mouse. The dead do walk and talk."
Okay. Come. Enough is enough, Phil. Come on, Phil. How many red flags you need before you pack up and go? Me personally, from the beginning, I'm out. Exploration over. Let me know, people, what you think about this. Some people, are really, hard up explorers. And then they say it looks like he don't have anything to protect himself. Hey, Phil, come on. Let me know, people, what you think. Here we go. Let's get back into it.
Understandably creeped out by yet another disturbing note, Phil tries to fall asleep in his tent, obviously a little on edge from everything that happened that day. The last thing you'd want to happen if you were in Phil's position would probably be to start hearing strange noises near the shelter in the middle of the night, and that's exactly what happened.
Oh, come on.
While he was falling asleep, he heard something moving near the shelter, and as he poked his head out of the tent, he saw a single guy with a headlamp walking around the shelter. Not wanting to find out if it was the same guy who had been leaving notes, he quietly made his way back to the truck in the middle of the night, checking over his shoulder the entire way to make sure he wasn't being followed. Luckily, he made it back home safely, and as of 2024, he hasn't uploaded another video about the strange notes he found on the Appalachian Trail. It's pretty likely that dozens of other hikers after him came across the disturbing notes and the dead duck, but we'll probably never know who exactly the guy who wrote them was, or what he would have done if he ran into any unsuspecting campers.
Okay, people. Are there any fields out there? Because Dre would not be. I would have never been out there. Once I saw that, for one, I'm thinking ritual. I'm thinking, some weirdo guy, some Norman Bates type stuff. Some guy that like to, kill animals and stuff. I don't know. Then you move on to people. Hey, man, no way, Jose. I'm out, people. Hey, let me know what you think about this one in the comments. Let me know, man. Hey, let's get to this next video. Here we go. Without further ado, people.
The user has shared the following. He stated, "My friend sent me this last night. This is his house, and when he wasn't home, he got a notification that his camera picked up movement. Once he watched it back and saw this, he was shook and asked me what my opinion was. Any thoughts? Looks clear as day to me."
I saw something. Oh, wow.
On first glance, one could think that the owner himself is walking through the frame here, but this wasn't the case apparently. His friend had some really odd encounters in his apartment in the past, but nothing that would ever prove that paranormal activity is unfolding in there. So, did his camera maybe capture an intruder that night? Or are we looking at a paranormal incident here?
I don't know, people. What do you think about that one? Man, that to me, it looked like it could have been just, just a blurry camera. I don't know. You let me know what you think about that one. I can't really call it, but because then once the entity or whatever it was, it walked past, it would look like it went to in the bathroom area. You could see a shadow, so it looked more like it could have been just a person walking by, and the camera quality just wasn't there. So let me know what you think, people. Hey, Dre said we talk about it. Let's get into this next video. Here we go.
November of 2020, a woman named Vivi Hurtado uploaded a video to YouTube of something rather unsettling. At a hospital in Mexico, as she was working late, she began to hear things coming from one of the nearby rooms. With her phone in hand, she made her way through the long hallways in search for what she was hearing. But what she caught on video is absolutely terrifying.
Looks like I see something peeking around that corner. I'm not sure. If that is, she's brave, because I beat the hell out of that. Oh, it is.
The woman made her way through the hall before turning left to face a large dark room. But what she didn't notice at the time was the small white face in the doorway to her right. From around a corner, this unnerving pale face stayed completely still as it stared at the woman recorded with its solid black eyes. No one else was around at the time, making this haunting face a mystery.
People, I'm so sorry, but hey, man, that lady's braver than me, because I tell you what, without, especially in the hospital, you see something like that peeking around the corner, man, I'm out. We're not. Wow. And she stood there for the longest recording this entity just staring at her. We're not going to have a stare-down competition. I am out. You can have this whole corridor. This is yours. Hey, let me know what you think about this. At Dre Say, we talk about it, people. Let me know what you would have done in this situation.
They're walking around outside in circles. Hello? Hello? All right, I don't like this. Hello? Hello? They're touching my tent. Stop.
Touching your tent.
Hello?
Shoot first, ask questions later.
Hello? All right, I'm getting out of here. Hello?
That's why I won't put myself in a
Hello?
situation like that.
I don't know what this is, but we're getting out of here. Hang on. Hello? Okay, they're walking away now. What do you want? What do you want? I have a knife. Where's my knife?
You have a knife. And then he said, where's my knife?
With me. With me here. Holy crap. Get away. What do you want? Hello? I can't see you. Hello? All right, I'm getting out of here. We're getting out of here.
One thing that a lot of people in the comments of Sam's video have pointed out is that if you're being stalked or attacked by a stranger in the middle of the woods, it's probably not a good idea to show weakness by saying things like, I can't see you, I'm spooked, and I don't like this. After the
I'm surprised the only thing they said was those things. I would be saying, don't tell them I have a knife. I mean, because hell, they probably got guns. And at least if you do have a knife and they have guns, at least you can, sneak up on them or something, I don't know. Let me know what you think, people. Hey, I wouldn't announce that I have a knife. And the only way they know I have a gun is when I start shooting. I'm just going to be honest with you. I want to go home. like Denzel said in training today, you want to go home or you want to go to jail? I want to go home. I don't want to go. I'm not trying to play these games with y'all out here. Hey, let me know what you think about it, people. At Dre Say We Talk About it. Let's get back into this.
The attackers apparently leave the campsite, but as soon as he steps out of the tent, Sam sees them standing eerily in the woods just a few feet away from him.
They collapsed my tent on me. I don't know which way they went.
Yeah, these people playing.
I think they went this way. I see you. Get away!
That's not okay.
All right, I'm spooked. I don't like this. Get my headlamp on and we're getting out of here right now. They're just standing there. They're just standing there. What do you want? Leave me alone!
Completely freaking out after the disturbing encounter, he obviously decides to call it a night and head back to his van in the park. But things only continue to get worse for Sam.
All right, they're moving again. I don't know. I'm getting out of here. We're going.
Yeah.
I'll come back for this some other time. All right, get out of here. I'm leaving. Don't follow me. I don't know where to go. I don't know which way to get out of here.
Come on.
I smell your cigarette. I can hear you. I hear you.
As he's making his way back to the park, he looks back at the campsite and sees the attackers stealing his things, but he decides to leave his stuff behind, terrified for his life. As he's running through the woods now, he turns back and sees his attackers chasing him.
This has got to lead back to the main trail. I don't know where they are. It's all foggy up here. I got water in my headlamp. I don't know where to go. I don't see or hear anybody anymore. I hear them coming. I can't see the shadow. Here's a path. Okay, get me there. I'm recording all of this. I'm calling up police. All right, I'm back on the path. Back on the path. Okay. Okay. Get away from me!
I sure wish I could.
After making it back to his van safely, he drove home and gave his viewers a recap of everything that happened. As you can imagine, a lot of people in the comments accused the uploader of staging the video, mentioning that nobody in their right mind would continue to record as they sprint through the woods in the dark. But his reaction seems pretty genuine to me. Different people act different ways in situations of stress. As for who the two guys who stalked and attacked him were and what they wanted, it's really anyone's guess. If what they did to Sam was some kind of joke, that's a pretty messed up joke to play on someone. But because the uploader confirmed that they didn't end up stealing his stuff when he went back the following morning, it's also clear that looting the campsite wasn't really their main focus. We can't really know what they would have done to him if he hadn't run from the campsite, but at any rate, it's probably a good thing he did.
Hey, people, man, Sam, I don't know if to call that brave or crazy, because me personally, man, I would have been out of there, and like the guy said, you still recording while you running. I mean, I can kind of see the logic because, he want evidence, if something does happen to him. So I don't know. I never saw anyone. I don't know. Let me know if you guys saw anything that I didn't see, but I never saw anyone. But it was really dark. It's in the woods, and I have heard that in camping, man, the scariest thing that you can run into outside in the woods camping is other campers, and these people probably were look like they're probably trying to play a joke on him, maybe messing around with him, but who knows, man? It's some weird people out in the world, so you have to protect yourself, So people, let's get into this, into these horror facts, people. Like I said before, this is some really true facts. This is not what you would say paranormal, but this is some stuff what our neighbors in Ohio had to go through just recently with these tornadoes, man, and it's awful. And let's just get into this real quick here, man. These are the hard facts of the evening. Here we go. And our prayers and thoughts go out to our fellow neighbors over in Ohio and Texas, different places like that experience this horrible weather. Here we go, people. Let's get into it without further ado.
Lambert says her worst fear as a mother came true Thursday as she and her husband held on to their kids as tightly as they could as a tornado ripped their homes to shreds. The mother told me she's thankful her family walked away with bumps, bruises, and broken bones as she received treatment at Wadley Eye Care.
Can you see that bright green spot? Okay. So that's where something hit your mom in the eye last night and just scratched it pretty deeply.
That happened to me. Yeah.
A little bit.
Wes and I tried to cover them
Oh
as
my
much as we
goodness.
could.
Man,
And at that point, I remember hearing glass break, and then I remember hearing bricks coming down, and they were coming down on top of us. I mean, I could feel it, and then I could feel the insulation from the attic, and that was all on top of us. And we just continued to brace and hold them as tightly as possible. Wes at one point reached up to cover my head, and he, at that point, the suction became so strong, it sucked Lane from Wes's arms.
Oh, man.
But at least he normally picked me up about like 25 feet.
Tough kid.
It was at this point, Lambert says her worst fear came to life.
Wow, man. That was the family over in Texas. I ran across that here on YouTube, looking at different news feeds. But yeah, man, that was awful, man. That kid is tough. He's a brave soldier, man, brave young man. Oh man, I could only imagine that mother's fear, going through that, and then the dad was trying to hold on to the son, and it seems like they say the son got snatched away from him, man. I've never been through a tornado. I've heard the sirens going off, but I never actually experienced one. But man, that's scary, people. Here we have one more hard facts. This is actually one of a YouTuber over in Ohio, giving a little footage of what he experienced. Let's get right into it real quick here. Here we go.
The only message we have gotten from Josh was that a lot of things was destroyed. So we're very worried right now. So we don't know what's going on.
We can literally see the weather starting to deteriorate right before our eyes. Yeah, this footage is from Paranormal Nightmare TV series. Apparently, this is something that they experienced personally, man, over in Ohio. Man, you can see the weather like literally deteriorating right before our eyes, man. Look at that. The debris and everything is starting to get. Oh, wow. Wow, look at that. Oh, my goodness. Wow, people. Man. Man, that is, to say the least, that's some scary stuff. That's not paranormal. That's nature at its finest, man. God, God's green earth doing what it does, Man, this is that's scary. I pray to God that everyone from Paranormal Nightmare TV and everyone in that neighborhood in Ohio over there in Texas, I pray that everyone is okay, man. I pray that I pray for their families in the name of Jesus, in Jesus Christ's name. Hey, man. At Dre Say We Talk About It. This is our hard facts of the evening here, man. I just want to just kind of, touch me. Like I said, with the hard facts, I try to bring you in on the things that I've experienced, that I've learned from, learning these different paranormal activities and things around the world and stuff. But like I said, this is not per se paranormal, but it is spiritual. So, hey, people, at Dre Say We Talk About It. Hey, our thoughts and prayers from the Dre family, the Dre Say family, goes out to everyone in Ohio and Texas and everyone else that have experienced these tornadoes, this wicked weather. But hey, man, this video is out. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for the comments so far. The likes, subscriptions, people, please continue to subscribe. We're trying to break through here on YouTube. Hey, man, like I say all the time, subscribe. We're trying to make it here on YouTube. Thank you for watching, people. And hey, this video is over. Peace out.